Here we are, YouTubers, on December 7th, a little later here at 1700 in the afternoon Eastern Time. Paul just got home from work. He brought home some ham. Oh, that would be very good to eat. Now, were there any repercussions from your arriving late today?
Oh.
Well, that's good.
I got there still early enough when I did clock in. It wasn't 7 minutes after yet.
Oh, is that like the magic number?
Yeah, if you're over 7 minutes, then it will say you're like 10 minutes over.
Well, you.
Or 15.
I thought you wouldn't get there about 8:15.
No, because there's no traffic.
Well, no, I know. I mean, I know. I mean, I understand. I mean, fortunately, it was very, very, very light traffic today. I fully expected them to send you home and say, take a vacation day.
No.
Well, that's good. So what adventures today?
Well, they finished chiseling that mortar up off of the floor.
Well, that's good.
Hopefully it'll be quieter, less dusty.
Well, yeah, I should imagine so, yes.
That's about it.
Well, so no negative repercussions?
No.
Not a black mark against your name, as they say in Catch-22?
No.
It's obviously not a feather in your cap, but you know, I didn't hear. Did you set your alarm?
Yeah.
Did it go off?
Yeah, I turned it off.
Oh, so you actually woke up and turned it off?
Right. I said, that'll give me a minute. And I just laid there, but I fell right back to sleep.
Oh, that's very interesting, because I had awakened at 4:30. Yeah, between 3:30 and 4:30, and then so I went back into sort of like try to sleep mode at 4:30, and then the next thing I knew it was 20 to 8.
Yeah.
And generally I will hear your alarm go off, and I didn't hear it go off.
Yeah.
And so, but you said it did go off.
Yeah.
Well, because it awakened you.
Yeah.
But you didn't get up.
No.
Oh, well then. I'm not gonna.
I said, oh, I'll just lie here a couple more minutes.
Well, that's easy enough to do. I mean, I've told the story about how I slept a full 40 minutes into the start of a organic chemistry midterm that was a 2-hour scheduled midterm, and ran across campus and got there, with about maybe 45 minutes left in the midterm, a 2-hour midterm, and I finished it, but and I did okay. But after that, I was kind of like a local hero. But I mean, I had set my alarm. I had laid down to take a little nap in the afternoon, and I had set my alarm, and it had gone off, and I had apparently done the old sleep punch thing, but not consciously said, oh, I'm not going to get up. Oh, that's interesting. Well, that happens, doesn't it, from time to time when you're dead tired. Of course, we'd been up very late watching this species of football game. I'm trying to elicit a remark from Paul, but I'm not getting much response.
Why couldn't they score anything?
Well, they did. The final score was 59-0.
Right.
There were 2 more scores after I went to the chair.
Wisconsin didn't score a thing.
No, they did not. This had to be very humiliating for them, because they were clearly they were trying the whole time, and they came close there at one point.
You know, but you just kept.
Well, you know, I don't like this new expanded Big Ten conference.
I thought it would have been later
Later what?
in the month.
What?
The Big Ten conference.
Well, I mean, the Big Ten conference has been going on all season.
But the OSU season is over. They've done Michigan.
Well, it might be over. I mean, you know, if they put them in the playoffs, these four-team playoffs, maybe it's not over yet. Well, I'm sure that the Pimpiversity will figure out a way to leverage the most money out of any of this stuff, and I'm sure Gene Smith knows where all the bodies are buried, and he's probably, you know, bent the ear of this new OSU president, and, you know, they're all huddled in together with some sort of, you know, cabal about network executives and the money and all this, and well, that's how it works now. I'm sure it's all being done very ethically and all above board, and nothing unethical is happening. I'm sure of that. I'm not even implying that. This is not to be construed as anything potentially libelous.
Yeah, right.
Or slanderous. Well, one implies verbal and one implies written. I think libel is writing and slander is verbal. But it's not intended to be any of these things, guys.
Yeah,
verbal slander. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So rein in your horns, dudes. Listen, as much as I love the Ohio State University and as much as it did for me, it also in the end screwed me. And there's no way I would ever give this place a dime again. Ever. Amen. And you know, I get the stuff from the library. I gave about $3,000 to the library over a few years at one point, and in fact, actually, they set up a special fund for gay literature because of my donation. Now, I don't know. Maybe they've gotten rid of that. Maybe they've amalgamated that with straight studies. Who knows? But you know, given the way they treated me when sort of the time to leave the faculty ended, there ain't going to be any other way they're going to get a dime from me, period. You know, the only way they might get a dime from me is I might set up, you know, an endowed professorship in my dad's name in like animal science or vocational agriculture or something, you know. Unfortunately, the vocational, that would be in the education, the quote, education, quote, college. You know, and I'd want that to be in the ag college, you know. But they won't call it the ag college. It's got to be called something like environmental and economic home studies, sciences. You know, they won't call, you know, they changed the College of Medicine's name to the College of Medicine and Public Health, but they've now changed it back to the College of Medicine. You know, I mean, they're trying to be one of these inclusive diversities. Give me a break. I haven't said that nearly enough. I haven't said that nearly enough on this channel lately. Give me a break. Now, Paul, you've got your work pants on, and there was a fellow remarking on the comment sections of one of my videos the other day that he likes He likes your pants.
That's good.
He's in Arkansas. Give him a big thumbs up. Well, thanks for bringing home the ham.
You're welcome.
I'm glad they didn't dock you. Well, you don't know yet. It's your early days yet.
Dock me what?
Well, I mean, I don't know. You came in late.
Nobody even freaking noticed.
You sure?
Yeah.
I bet somebody will. Gotta keep your rear view mirrors on at all times.
That was me, Lee, and Marshall.
I'm sorry I didn't get up. I'm sorry I didn't wake up in time to wake you up.
It's not your fault.
Well, no, I know it's not my fault, but still, I do try to, think about that. If nothing else, if I don't hear you moving around, I wonder if you're dead. Because one day that will be the case with one of us. Maybe one day you'll wake up and say, "Well, where's Jay?" Oh, he's rotting in the chemo chair.
That's why I talk to you when I leave. See if
Well,
you
no.
are awake back
Well,
there.
no, and I appreciate that. I mean, I generally sort of hear you. Well, I'm sort of generally aware. I mean, particularly when you were smoking, and not, which is great because now we don't have that in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And we still have like the cracking of the 7 Cokes, but maybe you ought to start buying like 2-liter bottles of Cokes. Well, no, really, because then there wouldn't be the. Of course, on the other hand, then I wouldn't be awakened by the cracks, and so if it does happen that you're not alive one morning, it wouldn't register with me that there's any difference. So maybe it's just as well you crack the cans. Did you ever think about that?
I try to cover it up.
What?
The sound.
Oh no, I know you do. I know, I appreciate that. No, I know that. I know you do. I know you do. Well, you got to drink something, don't you? Well, not necessarily.
Well, I can't stand coffee.
Oh no, I know you've never liked coffee. I know that, and you've never liked tea. I understand that. No. Diet Coke's great. I mean, but and I drink it when I'm traveling. But 7 and 7 within 45 minutes. That's got to be some sort of almost indoor record. Maybe Coca-Cola Company should contact you and put you
I think you just did it.
Put you in an ad. Dear Coca-Cola Company, my roommate drinks 7 Diet Cokes in the morning in order to go to work. Maybe you want to feature him in an ad.
Well, most people drink 7 cups of coffee before they walk out.
Oh, I don't know. Well, when I was in medical school. No, I mean, yes, but I don't do that now. Now, admittedly, I do drink some mornings. I do drink a quart and a half of tea. But then I'm not going to work. Now, when I worked, what did I do? I'd have what, about 3 or 4 cups of coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was brewed coffee.
Yeah.
Out of this Mr. Coffee thing. Said he belching. Sorry, guys.
And then got that semi.
Well, yes, the hot shot thing.
That Thomas.
Yeah, Tom Nims gave. Well, no, we got it back. Well, we did give it to.
Tom.
Well, Tom Nims gave it to us. I gave it to Thomas, my son, and then Thomas gave it back to me.
Oh, so we have it back.
Yeah, we have it back. Yeah.
Okay.
I've actually used it to try to brew tea, but it's just. No, I like to do things in bulk. If you're going to do it, do it. Well, so are you off tomorrow?
Yep.
And you're off Tuesday?
No.
Oh, you're not off Tuesday?
No. I'm not off till Friday again.
So you're doing a Monday off, a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on,
Right.
and then a Friday
Friday
off.
off and then back Saturday.
Okay, so sort of like you did
Last
this
week. Yeah.
immediately preceding week. Okay, so off tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off, and then work 2 days, and then then who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Whenever Gail decides to put a schedule up, it's when you find out what you're doing.
Yeah, well, don't get me started on that. Well, that's Gail. I'm glad you're home safe. Did Dee Dee say anything about you being late?
Well, it's her day off. Weekend.
Well, she'll be the one with the word of the bark in it, so we'll see what she finally says, if anything. Are you formulating a strategy in terms of how to approach her about this?
Overslept.
Are you going to just initiate that, or just wait till be asked?
Oh, wait. Somebody asked about it.
Okay.
Somebody did this morning.
I'm sorry?
Nobody asked about it. That's this morning.
No, there it is. Yeah, that's a fucker. You know, the only time I was late was that one time when we had so much ice in the driveway I couldn't get the escort out of the driveway.
Yeah.
And then I called and I said, you know, it's going to melt because it was one of those oddball days where, you know, the sun's going to come out. And then
they went to ice
and then
around 10.
And then about 10:30 then I could get out of the driveway. I said, you know, I mean, I can't get out of the driveway. There's no other way I can get out of the driveway. You know, I suppose I could have called a cab and waited out the end of the drive. But at that time there really weren't any cab services down here. No. So, yeah.
What's real cab wouldn't even come out here?
Well, no. I mean, basically nobody's going to come out. But that was in 1980, probably 83, 84, 83, 4. You know, and I mean, if you can't get out the drive, you can't get out the drive. You know, and anyway, so, but that was the only time I was late, and I never took a day off work sick, even when I had dislocated arms. Was there one day, did I ever take a day off? I left early that day. I had a fever of 103. I'm trying to think if I ever took a day off because I was sick. No, I didn't. No, that was it. No, I went in.
Did you stay and come back?
Yeah, because, you know, that's what you got to do. Because you know what, guys?
The money ain't there unless you do it.
Well, that's a very good point, Paul. No, you know, and I was going to want us to say in unison the following: a pro does what he has to do. No, let's try to get. A pro does what he has to do what he. Come on, join me again. What he has to do.
A pro does what he has to do.
To do what he has to do. And I'm looking at one right now, guys. Even though he was late today.
That's it.
All righty.
I wasn't that late. Make it sound like I was an hour or so late.
You were late, period.
I was 5 minutes.
No, there's no comparison with late. Late is either there or not there. Late is late
I
or
know
late.
I was not there a half hour early like you usually are. Running around checking to see what needs to be done.
I fully understand, and I'm sure they appreciate that, but on the paperwork it doesn't look that way. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be an asshole. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I mean, you didn't intend to be late. It wasn't like you were saying, oh, screw it, I'm just going to be late. I mean, you'd never be willingly late.
Well, I apologize for Lee being late. I mean, we were all there at the front desk.
Well, there you go. Well, okay, well. Yeah. That goodwill only goes so long. Well, honey, I'm sorry. I can't help it. That's just the way it is. I guess I'm just a dad. Well, God bless you. And here we go. And so, bye-bye, YouTubers.
Good night.